Hello and welcome to Polyplane.com. Today we're going to be doing a plugin review, so if you don't use Rhino, this might not be very helpful for you, but I think you'll still appreciate it on one level or another. Now don't be concerned about the interface that you see in the video right now. This is in Rhino version 5 beta. So everything is still the same as far as the commands. The interface is a little bit different. As soon as Rhino 5 is released, I'll be doing sort of a navigation video on that to kind of show you what's new and cool. And there's even some new tabs in here that say what's new and cool, but I digress. So today we're going to be talking about the plugin Rhino Hair. I need to give a huge shout out to Damien Alomar. He runs liquidtectonics.com. And the plugin we're going to be reviewing is actually a beta of a plugin called FurGen, which you can download here as a trial or buy it. And it's a little more advanced than the plugin that I'm going to be showing, and there's a link down below so you can download the beta and mess around with it. The actual plugin FurGen is a lot more robust and can do a lot more, but I just want to give you a peek of what this thing can do because I think for a lot of people it could be very useful. Let's hop into Rhino here. And what it does is it generates a series of meshes on your surface to simulate either fur or carpet or grass or anything like that. So the way you go about installing a plugin, you'll right click on the render globe and then go down to plugins and install it. Select your plugin, in this case Rhino Hair, then click OK. It's as easy as typing Rhino Hair, selecting my object, and then so you're given a bunch of options up here, and these all range from 0, meaning no effect, all the way up to 1, except for the length, which you can set to whatever. The first thing it's asking me is how many strands I want. Now this is a 10 by 10 plane that I'm working on, so I'm going to set the length to 2, and I'm going to put a variation in there of 0.8 to really give it a lot of variation. Segments means how many segments do I want in my bend of each hair. So I'll make this 4. Gravity, let's crank this up to like 4 or 0.4 rather. I think that looks good. Now the number of strands I want, we'll put this at 1,000. Now because these are meshes and not NURBS, there's a little less data to calculate, so it goes a little bit faster. So I can hit enter and then it's going to ask me the width of the strands. Now I've got this set to 0.125, so 1/8 of an inch. I think we're actually going to set that up to 0.25 and let it hit. Now you can change the width and the taper and how many sides this thing has. Now sides means how many meshes, because this isn't a cylindrical mesh, it's actually segmented. When this finishes generating, you'll see each hair will actually have 4 sides to it versus infinite, which would be a perfect circle. This is the way that it makes itself so much faster. It's doing it as a faceted circle versus a true circle. So let's let this cook. It goes through a few points. At first it generates the points, then it generates the strands, and then it generates the meshes, and that's what it's doing right now, is it's got to calculate that. Obviously the more strands you have, the longer it's going to take. And it's just wrapping up here. All right, so we've got this big old noodle bowl of hairs here. Now you can see what's going on. The sides of these hairs all have 4. From back far away, it looks pretty good actually, and it's kind of cool. Let's add some. So we can even give this some sort of green color here. I've got just a base color I could use here. So you can kind of see how this, from far away, you could start tiling this up. We'll do an array here. We'll do a 5 by 5, and you can start to make some cool textures. This is great for carpets. It's great for grass, and you can even play around with all these settings to get a whole bunch of different looks out of the same thing. So you got like a stubble, different densities of grass. You can play with the length and make it really furry. I've even made a chair, and this is a little bit bigger of an object, but playing with the gravity, you can really start to make some fuzzy looking stuff. So I thought you guys might enjoy this. The link for the beta again is down below. Let's see what you come up with. And again, Damien's site, liquidtectonics.com, you can download the FurGen, which 89 bucks for this plugin is a pretty good deal for everything that it does. It has a lot more control with all the different variables that you can play around with. Man, that thing looks cozy. Anyway, so thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm back in town, so I'm looking forward to making some more videos here, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.